Hey guys, good morning. You will probably notice, for 6th and 7th grade at least, that I am currently wearing what I'm wearing in class today. It's because I'm recording this video right before class. The reason why is that I actually messed it up. My mic was muted the first time I recorded it, and it killed me, and I just realized it. So I'm going to run through this pretty quickly, but the notes are still the same. You guys are going to do super well on it, and we just want to make sure that we get this across. Today, we're talking about cyberbullying. We're going to look at what cyberbullying is. We're going to talk about some of the ways that we can prevent it. But before I get into that, let's check out a little preview of our day. So we want to know the effects of cyberbullying, and we want to know how we can detail strategies for preventing and responding to this form of abuse. Now, that word might sound a little strong, but I want you guys to think about this. Cyberbullying affects tons of kids. Cyberbullying might even affect some of you guys. So when we're going into this, I want you guys to think about that, make sure that we're being super respectful to this topic and to the people around us concerning it. At the end of this slideshow, I want you guys to be able to define cyberbullying. Tell me about different types of cyberbullying behaviors. Tell me about what cyberbullying can lead to, how you can tell if someone's being cyberbullied, and then how you can prevent someone from being cyberbullied. So let's first start off with this. What is it? Cyberbullying is using the internet, cell phones, or other technology to send or post text or images intended to hurt or embarrass another person. So really, anything that you do within social media or on your cell phone that's intended to hurt someone. I want you guys to think about that for one quick second, and I want you guys to answer this question below. Have you ever cyberbullied someone? It's okay if you have. We might not have even done it intentionally, but think about it. Have you ever cyberbullied someone? Do you know of someone who's been cyberbullied? Could you tell me a story of how this has affected you? Go ahead and quick pause, answer that question below, and then come back to this as soon as you're done. Okay, so as we're going forward, I want to talk a little bit about examples of cyberbullying. So how does cyberbullying occur in our day-to-day lives? And some examples include starting rumors through instant messaging, name calling in chat rooms. It's a little outdated, so maybe not chat rooms, but name calling on Xbox Live, name calling across Facebook, things like that. Forwarding private messages to others. So if someone sends something to you and then you share it with other people. Insulting people through social media, posting demeaning pictures of someone else, so mean pictures. Let me move this up here for this last one. And then making fake profiles on websites such as Facebook, MySpace, or Twitter. So making like a mocking Facebook account where it's not actually the person, but people are pretending to be it just to be mean, right? These are all just some examples of what people have done in the past that has counted as cyberbullying. Okay, so how is this different from regular bullying? How is this different from what we see at school, on the playground, things like that? So first of all, cyberbullying can be anonymous. It can be anyone saying these things to you online. You don't know where it's coming from. Where when we talk about traditional bullying in schools, on the playground, things like that, this is something that's in person. Because it's anonymous and because it's online, it means that this can happen at home. Right? People can get bullied within their safest places, their own bedrooms, their own spaces, their own private thoughts, right? This is all coming at them on their devices and not just in person. Because of that, it can feel like you can never get away from cyberbullying, like it's always there. And never forget that this can always just be an extension of regular bullying. So this could be happening at home and at school as well. I want to focus on that a little bit though too, because remember, as this is happening at home, we might say, man, why aren't other people doing things about this? This person keeps saying these things to me. What can I do about it? Remember, cyberbullying can't be seen in the same way. So we want to make sure that we're very vocal when we see this happening, or when we feel it happening to us. We tell the people around us, we tell trusted adults. Okay, this is kind of some crazy stuff that I just wanted to show you guys. We don't need to go over it too much, but think about this. When something is posted online, It's visible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if this is like something that's really hurtful to me and I'm like focusing on it and I keep going there, it stays there. If this was a message someone sent to me, I keep going back to it. It comes over there and I keep seeing it. And so it keeps I can't think how I want to say that. It keeps bringing back that hurtful feeling. Also, as cyber messages are out there, or cyberbullying is out there, this is stuff that can be shared, it can be searched, it can be doing all these things, just like we talked about with our digital footprint. Those things go out there and they can be spread. This can happen instantaneously, right like that. You can send something, not even thinking about it, like, man, what was the effects of that? And it can be really hurtful. So a lot of times the bully doesn't know what he or she is doing. Again, we talked about it's something that can happen at school and at home. It can be an extension of other forms of bullying. And this last one always sticks with me because I think of myself in a car. I get super, super bad road rage. I do. It's awful. Every single day. Somebody cuts me off and I like flip out, I'm honking on my horn, I'm doing all these things. But that's the thing is, if someone like crosses me in the real world face to face, they say something that annoys me, I don't freak out. I don't make loud sounds at them. I don't clap my hands in their face like it's a horn. I don't do all that stuff. But because I don't see them face to face, there's something like I almost feel more comfortable doing that. And that's a really terrible thing. And the same thing happens with cyberbullying. When we don't see someone face to face, we don't necessarily think about how are these words going to impact that person. So it can be even more hurtful. Okay, so what does it look like when someone's being cyberbullied? Woo! All right. So someone could be more emotional. They could feel sad, they could feel hurt, and express that, or you could see that on them. They could be acting funny around school, and you might see their grade slip or their focus in the classroom slip. These are all signs that someone might be bullied or being cyberbullied if you're not seeing anything actually happen face to face. Some emotional signs. If you or a friend is feeling a little bit withdrawn, meaning you don't want to talk to people as much, they seem depressed, moody, kind of up and down, irritable or getting angry really quickly, anxious or nervous all the time, randomly get aggressive, having really awful, terrible thoughts of hurting themselves or feeling bad about themselves. These are all signs that something else could be going on, and maybe you should encourage them to reach out and talk to somebody about it. So some other things that you would see in person. If you see someone who's like, nah, I'm getting off the computer, I'm getting off my cell phone, I'm not doing this stuff anymore. Maybe ask yourself, why is that? Why are they cutting this out altogether? If you're seeing someone who gets upset whenever they're on their cell phone, or you're like, man, dude, are you getting any sleep at night? These are all things where you got to be like, well, what's preventing them? So just things to think about as we go forward. I'm going to scroll up again just so we can get that last little glimpse down there. Cool. All right. So finally, what does it look like when someone's cyberbullying other people? Kind of a weird question, right? Because first, I mean, a lot of people might participate in that type of behavior and not really think of what they're doing as cyberbullying. But if you're doing any of these things, or if you see other people doing any of these things, maybe think about this a little bit and ask yourself, is this cyberbullying? All right, so spending large amounts of time on the computer, hiding or turning off the monitor when someone approaches. So making sure that nobody sees what you're doing. You're anxious or someone else is anxious while they're using the computer. They're nervous that someone's going to see what they're looking at or what they're doing. Or if you or someone else gets really upset when you don't have that access to technology, why is that, right? What are we doing that's making us feel that way? So finally, I want to talk about this. What can you do? How can you prevent this? This is like the big thing, and this site's actually directed a lot at adults. So first of all, take complaints about cyberbullying seriously. Understand that these are very real things. Support yourself, support others by talking to people, okay? Make sure that people know about this, that it's being shared. If you have a friend who's being cyberbullied, tell them that he or she was right to talk about the problem, and tell them also talk to adults. And if you're seeing this, please share it with adults as well. Talk to your friend, talk to adults, and all together, if we do this together and we really focus on putting this down, putting this away, we can start to end this. We can put this down so that nobody's feeling this way at school, at home anymore, and that's our goal. Our goal is for everyone to feel safe and supported in what they do. Thank you guys for paying attention. You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful day. Let's keep going.